Well, hello guys, and welcome back to the Ugly Duckling podcast.
Yo, yo, yo.
Today you have myself, Cameron.
I'm me, Kier.
Kira is absolutely mashing a Malwam right now. He's absolutely loving it. He is absolutely loving it.
Apple flavoured.
They were meant to be for my scouts, but you know, it's all right.
Fat bastard.
I'll just get another pack for him.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, welcome back again, Kier. How have you been this week?
Good.
Is that it? Fucking incredible, that.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, no, as I said to you earlier, gone back to the gym this week, but it's felt better.
Yeah,
It's
because
just a better week.
Yeah, you said last week it was a bit harder because obviously you'd not been for a while, and obviously your muscles deteriorate in time, that sort of thing. So
I think muscle memory started to take place though during that week, so I was a bit drained.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, this week's been way better at the gym. I had one day where I really didn't feel it, but that's because I did a 7 o'clock in the evening till 2 in the morning shift.
Yeah, that's.
And then I had work and then gym straight after.
Yeah.
But no, that was it, to be honest.
Yeah. But no, it's been. I think I've had a good week as well. Obviously, I gave you some news earlier. I'm not gonna say too much at the moment because it's all still under development. When you came and picked me up,
But
that's when I told you.
Is the podcast being watched by?
Maybe.
Okay.
I've told her about it.
Oh,
there it is. There it is. Well, might as well fucking say it now.
I was trying to avoid it.
So I just absolutely fucked it. So, because I can't be asked to cut it all out, I suppose I'm gonna have to explain the situation then, aren't I? So.
And then this is where you just edit it out.
So. Absolute silence.
Yeah.
It just cuts to the next bit of conversation.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Which I suppose I could do that. Do you know what?
Just fine.
I'll leave it. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
All you guys are gonna know for now is there's a girl, and that's all it is.
Did you say she was underage?
No, definitely not. Okay, I'll give you this as well.
She's only one.
It's a girl, and she's 22. Now, bear in mind, I'm 20. So, we'll leave it at that. That's all you need to know for now. Any developments that come of it, then, I'll keep you guys informed. Obviously, I'm going to let you and Josh know myself because you're my brothers. I've got to tell you guys that sort of thing. But no, that's been something I've sort of put a bit more pep in my step, I think. A bit more alive I've felt this week, which has been good. And then obviously, I know a lot of people that I tell follow me on Instagram, but I've done a few bits of stuff with my bike, that sort of thing. Finally got it fixed because, you know, I'd broken it.
He's a madman going out and doing work on a bike or a car in this weather. Fuck that.
Well, to be fair, I did it yesterday and it was quite dry yesterday. So I used the opportunity. I was like, right, it's dry, it's not too cold, it's not going to be super mechanical work. It's just unplugging a plug to the rear light, taking off the rear fender, putting the new one on, plugging in the new light, putting that all fitted in, and that was it. It was pretty much done. But I thought it was going to take a lot longer because I didn't see that the bolts on the underside of the fender were exposed. I thought they were underneath a whole load of other sort of panelling and fenders and that sort of thing. But luckily they weren't, so I could get to it a lot quicker and a lot easier. So I got that job done in an hour. Something like that.
Sweet ass.
Yeah,
you've got that for everyone as well. Again, Josh is not here this week.
Yeah.
He's still not feeling up to it at the moment, which is fair enough.
Yeah, of course. We don't want to push him.
No,
so
of course.
we're just leaving him to it for now. He's still very much involved. I mean, we always keep him updated on what we've done and what we're doing whenever it goes up, all the recordings and that sort of thing. But as the placeholder there that you can see there shows, he's got a big no entry sign on top of his duck.
Which means that he does not like it up the bum.
Yet. Josh, we're coming for you. But no, he's doing all right. No need to worry about him. He's doing fine. It's just he's not in the right space to do this at the moment, which we're not going to push him to do it if he's not ready for it. So Yeah. But apart from that, I think we're pretty much ready to go. So, obviously last week we said, or at least I said, we were going to do some sort of theme for
Wait,
this
last week, was that the one where we were so tired?
Yeah. Literally, we were looking at each other and we were falling asleep. It was fucking... Why do you think
I haven't even listened to that one back. I know it's horrendous.
I can't either.
Yeah.
Why do you think I put the title as The Ramblings of Two Sleepyheads? Literally, that's the title of the episode I put for it.
That one didn't do too well, you know.
No, it didn't.
Compared to the first one.
It's understandable. It was shit. I'll be honest. It was shit. But I'm coming into... I've sort of got setting this all up because obviously I've changed the room around a bit. So it's a bit of a nicer setup. I've come into this with a bit more energy. I'm feeling good about this time. Yeah. I'm ready to bring lots of energy.
It was a good start.
You know. We've got a bit of mood lighting going as well. I've got one of those like little corner lamps, like the LED strip lamps.
He's trying to seduce me.
Hey now. Don't get too ahead of yourself, kid. You might be gorgeous, but you're not quite Carly. But it's not sponsored. But no, it's very nice. I feel there's a bit. It's not as spacious. I won't lie, because it's taken up a bit more room. The way I've said it now, but I feel like it works for our purpose.
Yeah.
Because I like the whole, instead of having the desk cramped into the corner, the fact that I can overlook the room and have this whole open space to use with everything there. So like, say both you and Josh are here. He's got the sofa, which is just in front of the desk, and you've got the chair, which is just to the side of the desk, and then I'm behind the desk. That works quite well. So we've got the whole setup, and we don't interfere too much with each other's sound inputs with the microphones and that sort of thing. So it spreads it quite nicely.
What is Josh up to tonight?
Probably shagging his girlfriend. It's a very Josh thing.
Fair fucking play.
I mean, all props to him, mate.
Yeah,
He's far more sent than I am, I'll be honest. Definitely not down bad for a year and a half.
That's long.
Yeah, it is. But, you know, I'm coping. I'm getting there. Keeping the porn addiction down.
You gotta keep yourself disciplined, mate. Because otherwise you can fall into a fucking rabbit
I am
hole.
disciplined. I'll tell you what, I'm hard on myself. Literally.
Oh yeah. You're hard on yourself.
Do you know what the problem with this is?
You get hard over yourself.
Do you know what the problem with this is? Right, yeah, man. My mum listens to this podcast.
Does she?
She does.
That's nice of her.
Yeah, she loves it.
My mum and dad don't even know how to do it.
She loves it. You might as well tell them, mate. There's a couple more views in it. Just to add on top of the 20.
Just a number,
views.
really. So it's not like my parents. It's just a number. Yeah.
Just add it to the list.
Oh, I forgot to say as well. My boss wants to come on here.
Yeah,
As a little guest, that the big guy that I showed you. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we'll definitely do it, mate. We'll definitely do it. It'd be lovely to meet him. Because you always have high praise of him, and I would like to.
He's a good mate. He helped me out big time this week.
Yeah.
Like, because he's going away to Hayward Heath and a couple of other places, wherever, to cover some stores.
Right.
He's leaving me in charge of the shop because Eric's on holiday. So the only team of management is me.
Kier's going to be in the big boy shoes.
I have the whole shop to run Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Right. How do you think you're going to do?
Alright, yeah. I'm going to get a trust pilot.
Yeah.
Definitely a few trust pilots for saying how rude I am.
Of course.
Because I'm not like Rob.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take someone's refund if they don't have a receipt or...
Right. But then, that's understandable.
But I don't take people's shit in a shop, that's why.
Exactly, yeah.
You know?
Which you sort of, as much as the customer's right in retail, you do need to sort of have that standing with it. Because otherwise, they just sort of, customers think they can get away with everything, which they can't. Because you work the job, you live that job. And a customer coming in trying to tell you what to do, it's like, well... you work here? Is this your life right here? No. Fuck off.
But yeah, I think I'll be alright.
Yeah. Well, I might have to pop in once in a while. I'll collaborate with you whenever you got a shift, and just come in and say, "Okay, can you recommend for me?"
Yeah, man, I'm fucking good at my job.
Yeah. From what you tell me, it sounds like you are. I mean, obviously your boss has high praise for you as well. So, if you're good at your job, you know, it's obviously a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I know I'm good at my job. The fact that my manager, he says to me and myself and a couple of the other guys, he always says to us that we are the 3 fastest and the 3 best workers because we're universal. We'll do anything that's asked of us, and we can work anywhere in the store. So that makes us good at our job. But there's a difference between being good at the job and actually like what you're doing.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
I'm good at my job, but that's not necessarily to say I enjoy my job. Like, I enjoy the fact that I'm good, but it's not what I want to be. I am not a retail man through and through.
Yeah,
I will be.
Yeah, that's how I felt at Albion. I was good at it, but I didn't enjoy it.
It was the hours killed you.
Yeah,
that was the problem.
Fucking hated that.
Mm.
Oh, I shouldn't have said the name of the company.
Oh well, too late.
Fucking hell.
I stepped in shit. You've stepped in too. But no, I think for the situation we're in at the moment, we're both in very good stead. Like it works what we've got going, and it will keep working.
No, definitely.
And even if it goes tits up, and I can't work nights, like I get injured or something, I can still go and work the days and just sit on a till. Oh well. We get nice customers. We get the regulars. I'll get to choose my hours as well, which isn't too bad. Or hopefully, I'll get to choose my hours. But yeah, it's not so bad. I mean, you hear all this big stick of retail, but I would still rather work retail than go into like hospitality or something like that.
Oh yeah, you know, Jesus, fuck that. Wait, what's hospitality? Is that like restaurants and shit?
Yeah, restaurants.
Yeah.
Basically anything that like serves food or provides services for general public.
Yeah, fuck that, mate. Fuck that. Do my head in that word. People coming up to you, this isn't cooked right. I don't give a fuck. Fucking eat it. Eat what you're given.
This isn't what I ordered. I asked for it
that
without mayo.
that Lee Evans sketch where he's like, looking at the menu, he's like, there's nothing on there for me. There's nothing on there for me.
There's nothing there for me. There's nothing there for me. He said, you have to just stop being so picky then. It's like, I mean, granted, there's a few things that I don't like purely because I have a regurgitative reaction to them. Like, I'm not a fan of sweet peppers, like bell peppers, that sort of thing. And I'm not much a fan of, like, cheese, that sort of thing. Like, I could put up with it on certain things. So, like, pizza, it's typically got stronger flavours. So, like, the tomato base, the pepperoni, that sort of thing. It's a stronger flavour than what the cheese is, so I can put up with it. But if it was a stronger flavour cheese or something where the cheese is an overpowering flavour, then I can't really deal with that. I'm like head in the toilet sort of thing. Like, I can't deal with it. But most of the time I'm fine. It's not missing. I mean, my mum, she makes an incredible mashed potato, and it wasn't until like 2 years ago that I knew she put cheese in it because it gives it an extra creaminess. Yeah. And I still eat it knowing that the cheese is in there. It doesn't make me like it any less.
How the fuck did you not know there was cheese in it?
But you can't taste it because she does it so well.
That's cheese and potato pie. That's banging.
But she
does she not make it like so it's actually that? She just puts a little bit of cheese in it just purely for
the consistency. Yeah. But she also puts like bits of salt and that stuff like that in, so the cheese flavour isn't that strong. So you've got it's majorly potato, obviously, because it's mashed potato.
Really?
Pardon me. Yes, funnily enough. But because there's so much of it, the cheese isn't noticeable. It's like barely a handful of it's barely a sprinkle of grated cheese. Like, and it's not even a strong cheese she uses. She normally uses like mozzarella or something like that. And because it's mashed into it, it's not like you get the big long stringy bits and things like that. Because it's all mixed in together, it provides the consistency across the whole thing, and it's a proper nice creamy mash.
I do like a bit of mashed potato.
I tell you what, still an elite British meal. Bangers and mash. Bangers and mash is elite, and I will not let anyone say anything.
Do you want it with gravy or beans?
Gravy.
Oh.
I'm a gravy man because I like mine with peas.
I hate gravy, mate.
You're not much of a gravy person, are you?
No, I fucking hate it. I'll eat I'll eat it if it's put on my plate, like the way my mum and dad raised me. Like if it's on my plate, if you've cooked it for me and you've put it on my plate, I'll fucking eat it. But if I've got the choice, I'd rather fuck it off. I hate gravy.
Yeah.
I think it makes it shit. If I go Toby Carvery, I will not have gravy. I'll have a dry ass roast dinner, mate.
Oh, see, I can't. There's something about gravy. I've always been an advocate for gravy. I love a good bit of gravy. Like, I'll have it on most things. The only thing I won't have it on is pasta, because that's just a sin.
The fucking fuck?
Some people put gravy
on fucking pasta.
Some people, and I work with an Italian woman, and I told her about I have an old schoolmate who put gravy on pasta, and I told her about him, and she looked at me, and I got this death glare from her.
Fucking gravy?
Yeah.
She put the fucking gravy on the pasta.
If my grandmother had wheels, you're doing a bike. But no, she looked at me and was like in shock.
Yeah.
Because they put gravy on it. I was like, I was the same reaction. I mean, I tried it. I won't lie, I tried it. I can understand why these people like it, because like it's a sauce. They use it as a sauce rather than as an additive that gravy normally is. But the saltiness of the gravy and the gloopiness of it, and sometimes these people, they don't mix the gravy properly, so you get the little bits of granules in there still. And these guys, they like it spoon thick as well.
Jank.
So it just it clings to the pasta. So you just get a squelch of gravy, and it's like, nah,
that's jank.
I'm okay.
Do you know what is a good thing though?
Yeah.
Pasta like is amazing.
You don't say.
If you're fucking poor as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Pasta, baked beans, and a sprinkle of cheese. Banging meal.
Or in my case, without the cheese.
Without the cheese. Is a banging meal.
I'll tell you what, even just
chuck a little bit of spam in there, maybe.
I'll tell you what, even just like salty pasta, that's still pretty good.
That's right. Yeah.
It's just a good standard thing. Like, you can go to like an Asda or something and buy like a 5 kilo bag of pasta for like, I don't know, I don't buy 5 kilos of pasta. But you can buy a
You could.
I could, but I don't. You could buy a 5 kilo bag of pasta, and that will last you for like until you next get paid.
Yeah.
If you're just living on pasta. So like,
Yeah,
for you uni students out there, I recommend getting like big bags of pasta.
No. The uni students, I know what they do. The uni students love a bit of tin chili con carne, mate. Uni students love that shit.
Or fucking defrosted chicken breast.
Yeah, that fucking
I've
shit.
got a friend
Wait, you know what? I might actually fucking do that, you know.
Because
obviously I'm going to the gym at the moment. No,
Yeah.
fuck the defrosted chicken. I'll get a 5 kilo bag of fucking pasta, mate.
Yeah.
You know, fucking 10 tins of baked beans.
Yeah.
You know, fucking cook that shit up, take some to work. That's banging.
Yeah, you got carbs in there, you got protein in there.
Exactly. I don't even have to fucking... You know, because at the moment I'm on a calorie surplus.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm taking
You're on the bulk.
a lot more than I normally do.
Yeah.
And that shit would probably actually do me wonders. Because obviously, on a surplus, you don't necessarily need to intake... Like, you don't need to eat anything and everything around you.
Yeah.
It's just you need more than you normally would.
Yeah, of course.
You know? So I think that's a banging idea, to be honest.
The thing is it's not just necessarily you need more than you normally would, it's you need more of the right things than you normally would.
Yeah. But I've found even with me, like with my metabolism anyway, I could eat anything. Well, as you know, I fucking eat like a fucking dustbin.
Yeah.
And I don't put weight on, so...
You will shovel shit.
Yeah,
and you will
literally.
still be fine.
Yeah. So I think that's a banging idea. You just spark something there. I might actually do that just to save me a bit of money as well, actually.
Well, see... obviously I've said I'm at Slimming World at the moment, but I've said I'm going to quit because I can't seem to get myself in the headspace. I can't seem to work with it, and it's just not what it just doesn't work for me at the moment. So I'm going to stop with Slimming World just for a few months, try and do it on my own, because I don't know if you've seen it, but have you seen the adverts for this company called Huel? So obviously I'll show you this on my phone.
Yeah, I know these. They make meals. They literally have meals.
Yeah, so it's like you get 2 scoops of powder in a shaker cup. You shake it up and you've got a meal there. 400 calories per meal, which is what I need.
You've only chosen the fucking desserts.
No, but that's so what that is that's a whole meal that's there, right? But there's no added sugars, there's no bad stuff. You get all the vitamins and minerals you need. Everything you need is in it.
You get free
and
t-shirt.
it's just
You get a free t-shirt.
Yeah, because on the first order you get free t-shirt. This isn't a sponsor, by the way. I'm just saying that's what I'm going to go for.
Well, you refer a friend and get £10 off.
Yeah. So I was literally thinking they do protein versions of these.
Mm.
So the black edition that they do is like a lower protein, or it's got more protein but less carbs. But you'd want just the normal version because it's a bit more carbs and it's about the same protein as well. So you'd want the normal version of it because you're bulking. So I was going to say, if there's anything I could recommend for you, while you're at the gym or while you're at work, you can literally just make a couple of them, shake them up in a meal. It's my watch.
I was going to fucking say.
It's my watch. It's just the adverts popping up on my phone, or the notifications. But you can shake it up in the cup and you literally get a meal right there and then. And that's what I'm going to go for because, for one, it's convenient for while I'm at work. Because I can just shake it up and I can sit there and I drink that and that's a meal. And it's filling as well because they put the enzymes in it that make you have that full stomach feeling. So that's what I'm definitely going to go for, because the problem I'm having with Slimming World is as much as they give you what you can and can't eat and that sort of thing in the dietary plan, my problem is sticking to it and following it. Something like that, something like Huel, that basically gives me it plus the food as well. So I know. Sorry,
I know.
had a hiccup then.
I know.
So it gives me exactly what I'm supposed to have, and it's the food is in it as well. So I don't need to go out of my way to find the right food and make the food myself. It's made for me essentially. So that's what I'm gonna go with now, because I know that I can stick to this a lot better than I would Slimming World, and it would work a lot more in my favour, because especially with work sometimes timing's a bit tight. So having a quick meal like that just makes it so much easier and so much quicker. But yeah, if you want something that's good for like your bulking and that sort of thing, I highly recommend Huel. Because even though I've not tried it yet, I hear so many good things, and
yeah, I was going to say, there's loads of people. My friend Ben, he works in the gym, and his whole life is pretty much the gym, to be honest. He is fucking stacked. He's amazing. Like, he really did stick to it, bless him.
Yeah.
But he said about Huel a few times to me, actually. Yeah, he's said about them.
Well, it's like, I don't know if you know about this. Do you know the parkour group Stora?
No. Oh, you mentioned them the other day, actually.
So, yeah,
I remember.
I think I was talking to Josh about them. But they do collaborations and sponsors with Huel as well.
Yeah.
And Stora have been doing parkour and stuff for like 16 years now, 17 years. And
17 years?
Yeah, so they started in 2005. They all started doing the
17
training.
Years. Well, coming up 18 then.
Yeah. So they've been doing their training since like 2005.
Fucking hell.
I mean, Huel hasn't been around that long.
I was literally 2, mate.
I mean, I was 3.
That's mad.
Little babies. But they use Huel quite often. I see in their videos they've got Huel with them, that they're doing it, because they do like escaping from pits or parkour challenges, that sort of thing.
I suppose it's because really they don't really want to fucking do that shit on a full stomach of actual food, do you?
Exactly, yeah. They get the feeling of being full, but without having the bulkiness and the bloatedness of
because your body's not having to fucking break down anything.
Yeah,
but then on the contrary of that, could that make, the acids that burn the food?
Yeah.
So they obviously, digest the food.
Yeah.
Would that then make your digestive system weaker because it's not having to work as hard to digest all the nutrients and stuff? I didn't think of that, but yeah.
So, for instance, if you take my digestive system, right, or even yours, you can eat so much food that your body just breaks it down and processes it like that. Whereas something like this, I need to slow that down, because it's now gotten to the point where I'm breaking down so much food and eating it that I'm keeping hold of it all. So something like this would be of use to me, because then my digestive system gets used to breaking down a smaller amount, which means I get that.
Would you want your digestive system to work slower?
I want it to work less, because then what it does is, when it comes to like going out for meals, things like that, I don't necessarily need a massive meal. I mean, you've seen why fucking McDonald's orders. It's fucking 5 selects, 2 wraps, and whatever other pieces of shit I get. But I want it to be where just a McDonald's meal works just fine for me. I don't need anything else. And something like this does that because it gets your system used to breaking down less food but having the same filling sensation.
Yeah.
So if I do go out and things like that, and I'm having a meal out, that higher, the larger meals aren't as appealing to me because I'm not going to be able to break down all that food in time because my body's used to smaller meals. Because it's going to I want my stomach and my whole digestive system to be on that lower calorie intake sort of thing, so that it's not working to break down massive amounts of food all the time. Because I mean, I'm a fat shit, and I've just been putting weight on the last like 8 months, and it's just not working. So
you've definitely lost weight though since I first met you back in like 2020.
Oh yeah.
You definitely lost weight, mate.
I mean, 2020 was probably the biggest I ever was. I think the biggest I ever got to was something like 20 and a half stone.
Yeah.
I was big. And considering I was only, 18 at the time.
But bearing in mind, though, when we first met, like, after lockdown, that was after lockdown.
Yeah.
Everyone had gained weight. I was alright.
Yeah.
I did. I kept myself busy with push-ups and sit-ups, and I had some weights at home as well, so that was alright. I didn't really suffer like that, but I know a lot of people that put on weight.
Yeah.
And it was hard for them to readjust back into it. But no, I can even just a couple of years, mate, and you've lost a lot of weight since back then.
Well, well, when I last went to Slimming World, I was something like 18.2. I'm probably about 18.8 pound now, so I've lost a solid 2 stone so far, which isn't bad, but that's over 2 years. Whereas my mum, when she started at Slimming World, she was something like 19 stone, 19 and a half, and this was a year ago. She started last January, and was it last January? It might have been a bit earlier. Anyway, since then, in the last year and a half, she's lost 3 stone in just a year and a half.
That's good. That
she's done incredible.
Yeah, that is really good.
I sometimes get memories come up on my phone, and I look back and it's of my mum of how she used to look, and versus how she is now. I was just looking at it, I'm like, that woman's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, she deals with fucking mental health illnesses, and us two, I say mental health illnesses, I mean me and my sister, we can be a proper pain to her sometimes, but she deals with us and has still gone and done that. Plus she's quit smoking, plus she's reduced the amount of coffee she drinks and that sort of thing. Like, she's done so well.
Yeah, she's on a good
all
path.
Things considered. And I'm trying to use that as my inspiration as well, because I need to.
Yeah.
I need to lose this weight before it gets to a point where it's going to be a struggle, and because I'm still young.
But you're not even.
I'm not massive.
No, you're not.
I'm not massive.
You don't have anything to worry about, mate.
No, I want to lose the gut, and I want to build my upper body, because my legs are incredible. I don't need to worry about my legs. I'm a scout. I've hiked most of my life. I do a hell of a lot of walking anyway, so my legs are in really good shape. It's just I need to strengthen up my arms. I need to strengthen up my chest, my back. I need to lose the fat around my stomach. I want to not necessarily go for full definition 6-pack, but I want it to be obvious there's muscle there. So it's just I want to be in good shape. That's what I want to be, like sort of summer body shape. I mean, it's like, Bazinga from the Sidemen, how he went from the size he was to what he did when he was at his prime, when he lost his weight. He's put a bit on, but that's because it's Christmas. But he'll cut that back again, and I want to be in that sort of mindset that he went into, to lose that weight, going to the gym and eating the right things and doing the right stuff to make sure that weight stays down. So I've got a journey. I can't lie, it's going to be a long journey, but I've laid out the steps and I've laid out the plan to do it, and yeah, I'm going to be full committed to it, because I need this down. I need to lose the weight because I feel unhealthy because of it. I mean, I used to be able to run 1.5 miles in under 10 minutes, and I can barely do it in 15 now. Barely. Apart from anything else, I have to slow down because I run out of breath, and the weight drags on you, and it doesn't help. So I want to be able to get back to having sub 10 minute running, sub 10 minute 1.5 miles for running, and just be back in fighting fit shape again, because then that would make me the happiest I could be, because at least in this moment, because I'm just done with being overweight and not being able to be as physically capable as I could be, So yeah, it's about fucking time I get my head straight. But I think this change of routine will help that, because it's been too long trying to do the same thing. I mean, it's been a year that I tried to do it, and it went well for the first few months. I did lose all that weight, but it then stopped working because I couldn't get myself back in the right headspace for it. So I think I need to switch it up, try something else, and then once I'm in a good state with that, I'll then transfer it back over, try Slimming World again, and then focus on that process once more of cutting it and losing the weight by focusing on the diet and then doing the exercise alongside as well. Because obviously I'm going to go back to the gym in February, once I've been paid, so that I'll be able to start using that to my benefit as well, because I'll cut the fat down, but I'll also use whatever proteins the fats produce and turn it into muscle mass as well, because that's what I want as well. I don't want to just lose the weight from fat, I want to gain the muscle weight as well, so that I get stronger. So I've got a journey. Yeah. I've got quite a journey, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I just need to get through this last little bit, these next couple of weeks, and once I'm there, I'll be plain sailing, I think.
If you are.
Yeah, mate. What the hell are you picking your tooth for?
Oh, I was playing with it.
Why? You split your tooth?
No.
You about to fall asleep? You look pretty tired, mate.
Alright.
Unless it's the mood lighting.
Maybe. You might not be able to see my eyes.
No. Anyway, I mentioned earlier about us having a theme for this.
I saw that message literally as I was waiting at the door.
Alright, so grab your phone for me, because you're going to need it. So for this theme, I want to focus on phobias.
Okay.
What I want from you is... hang on a sec, let me just get it up on my phone. It's in there.
Fruit Wonders.
Fruit Wonders. So, I want you, and what we're going to do, we're going to spend 5 minutes doing this, because you're going to do it and I'm going to do it.
Right.
So I'll pause the recording, do it all sorted, and then we'll come back to it. But I want you to find a funny phobia, a personal phobia you have, a scary phobia, or thrilling, whatever. I had 2 other ideas as well.
You don't want to do too much, though.
I had 5. I had 5 good ones down, and we were going to do it one to one each. A weird one.
What, that we have?
Not necessarily that you have, one that
just
you look
in general.
Up. The personal one is one that you have.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But funny, personal, weird, scary, and then an understandable one. That's the one. So one that's like it's understandable why you would have that phobia. So I'm gonna give the recording a little pause. So we're gonna take a little break for 5 minutes, but then we'll be back. And we are back.
We're back.
So, we have both compiled a list of phobias. So, each of us have a funny one, a personal one, a scary one, like a scary undertone to it at least, a weird one that's understandable, and then I've got an extra one as well. Alright, so, since I've got one extra, I'm going to go first. So, my funny one that I have is francophobia. Now, what do you think francophobia is?
Oh, I've heard of it before, you know.
I don't think you have.
Yeah, no.
I'll be honest.
I have.
It's quite funny.
I don't know. Something to do with like not fear of the air or something.
Nope.
What is it?
Francophobia is the fear of French people and their culture. That is incredible. Do you know what? I understand it. The French are a little odd, let's be honest. They are a bit of weirdos, aren't they?
What is there to be scared about?
Their obsession with
the thing
garlic.
is, it's not even like being scared of like meeting a French person. If you have that phobia, you're just scared of French.
You cannot go to France. You cannot go to the French cultural areas. So yeah, it's a funny one. Put it that way.
Oh Jesus!
All right, what have you got for your funny one?
Okay, well you know what it is, but I'm going to try and pronounce it again.
Oh God, here we go.
For my funny one, I've got Hippopotamonstros's quipedaliophobia. Fucking nailed it.
Oh, you nailed that. Round of applause, please.
And that is the fear of long words.
What the irony there? That's like the word for describing someone who struggles to spell is dyslexia, and being one of the hardest fucking words to spell.
That's literally what Lee Evans said. He's like, who the fuck made that?
Chucking a Y there.
I'll put an X in there. Fuck 'em.
Put an X in there. Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
Literally, it's just shit. Like the fear of long words, and they make it a long word.
Dumb.
That's so bad.
Dumb. This generation is
fucking
dumb.
Stupid. Yeah. Absolutely stupid.
Right, your next one, your personal one.
Right, I'm going to go on to personal. So this one, it might seem a bit weird to you, but I have a fear known as lupophobia. Now, what do you think that is?
I'd probably say it's a fear of Volkswagen Lupos.
No. They are pretty scary.
They are fucking terrifying.
So lupophobia, and this has stemmed back for quite a long time. I've had this since I was very young. Lupophobia is the fear of werewolves. Bit weird, isn't it? I cannot fathom it. So, I think this starts from... You remember Harry Potter, the Prisoner of Azkaban? Professor Lupin, he turns into a werewolf.
That's fucking... Oh yeah, I suppose.
It's quite horrific, realistically. That scene must have scarred me in some way. Because since I first watched that scene, for a solid 6 to 8 months after that, I had the same recurring nightmare of this werewolf man thing who had these fiery orange eyes, but he wore a top hat as well. He would be chasing me through some woodland somewhere. I'm pretty sure it was the woods near my granddad's. He'd be chasing me through this woodlands, and whenever he caught up to me, he would obviously kill me. Obviously, when you get killed in your dreams, you get that jolt wake up sort of feeling. Until one day I was in control of this dream, and I turned around and fought back and just said no, and I never had that dream ever since. But I still vividly remember the image of this thing just staring at me. It was like quite obviously the head of a wolf, but like its eyes, you know that little octopus I've got in the corner there? It's got fiery eyes like that. Like it was on fire sort of eyes. And then the top hat was like that black top hat with a sort of a moon dust grey band around the sort of the brim, but it had like a sort of almost like a bite mark out of the side, and then a couple holes on the top as well. And it was to this day I can't with werewolves. Like I can't watch The Prisoner of Azkaban because of that scene.
Do you want to know a fun fact about that?
What's that?
Prisoner of Azkaban, Hermione states that you can't. The werewolves can only be called by their own kind.
Mm.
And later on in the film, she calls one.
Ah, but then that's into the law that she could be of the descent.
That's mental, isn't
it?
Yeah.
What's your personal one you got?
My personal one's a bit cringe, but it just is what it is.
Cringe.
Yeah. So this one is philophobia.
I feel like I've heard this. Philophobia. Fear of Prince Philip. I have no idea. I can't think what it is.
So It's the fear of and there is a reason why I have this as well.
Mm.
It's the fear of basically being in love, or it might not even be love. It can just be a relationship, to be honest, or like
something
a friendship.
that's a higher intimacy.
You know, and that's just because, you know, just with younger years, personally.
I had a lot of betrayals.
Not even that, mate. I don't really want to get into it, to be honest.
No,
but
that's fair enough. Maybe for another time, if you're ever ready to.
Maybe, possibly. Yeah. But it just set me up for a life with this one, really. And I don't.
Yeah.
It's not that like I've got a fear of it, because obviously, you know, well, obviously, but it's just like there's a bit the concept of like. Yeah, I don't know. It just scares me. Even being loved as well scares me. To be honest, it's a bit weird. It doesn't scare me like that. But just gets me weirded out a little bit.
There's something about it that you can't put your finger on why, but it's not the most comfortable, natural thing for you. Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go on to my scary one.
Go on.
So the one I have is tachyphobia.
Oh.
Spelled TACHO phobia.
Yeah. Like a tachograph.
Yeah.
Fuck knows. I don't know. The fear of being awake at night?
No. So this is the fear of being buried alive.
Oh.
Now, I would argue that a very large majority of people have this fear. Whether it's to some degree. I reckon I've got it. I would hate to be.
I mean,
there's no one that would love to be buried alive, let's be honest.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is with that, it's like, if you have that fear, you like a fear is like a fear, like it's an emotion you have, and if you have that phobia, you're thinking about that quite a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Whereas someone like me, like I can't fucking remember the last time I thought about getting buried alive.
I can go every day without thinking about it.
Yeah, you know, exactly. That's what I mean. Like.
But then if I'm watching something on the telly, so we watch a lot of crime dramas, that sort of thing, as a family, and sometimes you see people being buried alive in them, like they're trapped in a box underground, that sort of thing. That unsettles me. I get quite anxious when something like that happens and I'm watching it. It's almost a point where I'm having to turn away from it. So I'd say to some degree I do have this fear, because I can't watch something like that because it's unsettling to me. Because the fear isn't necessarily you going through it. It might be seeing someone else's experience with it. So it all depends on how you look at the fear. I'm going to go on to my weird one now.
I have done one.
Oh yeah, you got to do your scary one first.
So my one is not, it's not conventional to the theme, scary.
Right.
But it can get scary, and you'll understand what I mean in a minute. So for my scary one, I've chosen the fear of missing out.
I considered that one.
Yeah,
right.
Because
what's the fear's actual name, like the phobia name?
FOMO.
FOMO.
Fear of
FOMO. You didn't find the actual phobia name of it?
No, just fear. I typed in the fear of missing out. No, because I knew what I wanted to do, and it didn't show me like an actual name of it. But the fear of missing out, because if you have a fear of missing out, that can become quite tangled, and that can make your life quite difficult, and that can. I don't have it personally. I don't really give a shit, but I can see how people who do have it their personality can probably change, and they might become quite nasty if they miss out on like say like a trip with friends or a night out with mates and stuff like that. I can see how they'd get quite spiteful about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like if you let that fear of missing out like take over you, that can get quite dirty, I believe. I think it could.
It can ruin you.
I do know a few people with that fear,
and
it turns them into sort of a leech.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like they have to be there all the time.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that can make your life really bad, and you can fall down a very bad rabbit hole with having that. And that's why I chose scary for that one, to be honest.
I mean, it's understandable, of course. It's like it falls under that understandable category as well.
It is, but if you're someone like our friendship is quite cemented, and if like the times where you said about to me where there was a few months back where I didn't really go out a lot because I was busy doing some bits.
Yeah.
And you and Josh were meeting up and taking our other friend home and whatnot like that. And I said, why didn't you give me a ring? I didn't say that because of the fear of missing out. I said that because I'm a helpful person. I want to be there. But if your friendship like that is cemented, like ours is, there isn't a fear of missing out.
No,
because
there will be
exactly. There'll be opportunities. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And if your friendship is as founded and cemented as ours is, then you won't need to have a fear of missing out because you'll have an established friendship already.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like the whole idea is like, so me and my schoolmates, every time I meet my schoolmates, it's like we never left each other.
Yeah, because that's them good friendships.
We spent 7 years through secondary school together, where we did almost everything together, from hanging out at lunchtime to doing the same classes, that sort of thing. We always stayed friends because we were always around each other, and it's like we never left each other whenever we meet up. So one thing that we would always do, especially through sixth form, we all paid a bit towards a cheap poker set, and we'd go to the form room at lunch and we'd always play poker together. And that sort of concreted and solidified the friendship we had, because it was something we all did, that we all had in common, despite the fact that I was very mathsy. A couple of my friends were more biology or chemistry, that sort of thing. One of my friends was very sporty. One of my friends was an IT guy. So the fact that we were all very different people, but we all fit in together. Even though there's a YouTube group called the Misfits, we called ourselves the Misfits because we didn't necessarily want to fit into the branding that our interests gave us, like those groups, which we did fit into, and we got on with those groups, but we were better friends with each other because we were so kind about our indifferences, and from that helped me. I must admit, it helped me because I was lucky in the sense that I didn't develop FOMO because I had that. So having that to be a founding and a foundry of knowing that even if I'm even if I'm away from them, even if I'm apart from my friends, I'm not missing out because there's a reason why I'm not there, and there will be other opportunities for me to do stuff with them, because there always is. It might be that it's months on end that we've not done. I mean, I've not met them for like 6 months, but if we went and met up like next week, then it would be just the same as if we hadn't met up at all. Like, we still get on just as well as everyone else does if they see all their friends all the time, So the fear of missing them out, I'd say, does not apply to me, because I don't mind missing out. I know there's a reason why I'm missing out. A lot of the time it's scouts, a lot of the time it's work. So, yeah, but I can also see the point of view why someone that has FOMO is so bad with it, because they might be so attached to being with people, to being around people, that missing out and not doing things with their friends would flip them on their head and sort of ruin them, because they're not with their friends. They're like, oh, why aren't they doing anything with me? Oh no, hang on a sec. So it is understandable, but for me, it's just I personally don't have it, because it's not something I ever have to worry about.
No.
Right, I'm going to go to my weird one now.
Go on.
So my weird one is called Phobia.
Fucking hell. What's that, like fear of the fucking moon or something?
No, that would be lunophobia.
I don't know, I just thought it would be the same thing.
So Phobia, spelled Linono phobia.
It's the fear of cotton and linen.
Oh, you're not far off.
Really?
It's the fear of string. Bit of a weird one, isn't it? So,
well, at least they're not going to kill themselves, I suppose.
Rope's a different thing.
Fuck.
I'm trying to figure out how someone could develop this fear, because you're only born with two fears. You're born with a fear of loud noises, and you're born with a fear of falling. They're the only two fears that every person naturally has. All other fears are influenced and developed.
But that's because those two fears, they're not just brought on by something mentally, they're actually physically as well.
Yeah.
Like that hurts your ears when you're a baby, and when you're falling, that can hurt your belly.
Typically, loud noises means danger, and falling is dangerous. So
Really?
it's more survival side that you have those fears. But I can't come up with an explanation why someone would have a fear of string. I can't think of anything. Like, what's so scary about string? Like, you normally have a traumatic experience, but I can't think what a traumatic
Just
experience.
buy someone a yo-yo for Christmas. They open it up.
You buy them too many balls of string, and you just give them to them for like Christmas, and they're just surrounded by string.
I don't understand that, to be honest.
I can't either.
Maybe it's because those people that like can't hack like Christmas lights, for example. They can't hack like the mesh that it's in, and they can't hack how tangled it is.
Or for me, something like that, I don't like the feeling of cotton wool. Cotton wool,
why?
I hate it. It cringes me out. I can't stand that feeling. It's not I couldn't tell you why or how. I just, even thinking about it, I'm cringing
it's
right
soft.
now. No, the thing is, it's not. It's not soft. It's the tactile feel to it is just. And the thing is,
Do you
there's
not like candy floss either then?
Like, I watched my mum and my sister were watching an episode of Grey's Anatomy, and there was a guy that was eating he was eating the cotton balls that were on the fucking tray.
You having a fucking aneurysm, mate?
I'm really struggling right now. I can't lie. I'm really struggling. But there was a guy eating cotton balls from the side, and that feeling of it being in my mouth just. No. Right. Think different things. Think.
Dead cats.
Think moon. Think
cotton wool balls.
Think
cotton balls.
Motorbike.
Cotton balls. Cotton balls. Cotton balls.
Oh, right. That's enough of that. No more cotton balls, please. No, please. I'm weak. I am weak.
Right. Okay.
But yeah. So maybe it's something like that. But I can't think of a solid reason why, unless it's a tactile thing. I can't think why someone would have a fear of strings, which is why it's weird to me.
Okay.
What's your one?
So, this one is sort of like 3 in 1 really. It's sort of, there's a couple of different variations of it. But, arithmophobia.
Fear of maths?
Close. Fear of numbers.
Fear of numbers.
So, that one is quite popular.
Yeah.
Or, the other popular ones are triskidecaphobia, which is the fear of the number 13. Or octophobia.
Do you know what?
Which is the fear of the number 8.
Triskidophobia, I can understand that because there's a lot of stipulation.
Yeah,
behind
but that's
the
more
number
to
13.
do with like, what's it called? What's the thing called when you've got superstition. That's that kind of shit. But
the thing is, some people let the superstition be a higher influence and then affect them personally.
It says here the octophobia, so the fear of the number 8, may come from its resemblance to the infinity sign.
Yeah, I can understand that, something being endless. Why someone would be fearful of that.
I just think it's fucking weird.
Imagine
that.
It is weird.
Wake up in the morning, pull a little bit of paper off your calendar, and it turns from the 7th to the 8th, and you're like,
God, they must hate August. They must hate us because we're August babies.
Yeah. Fucking hell. But I thought that was fucking weird.
No, it is a weird one. The 13 one I can understand from the sense that like it's it can stem from the whole superstition thing with it, because the number 13 has high stipulation. Some people think it's very lucky, but then a lot of people think it's very unlucky too. It all depends on what you think and your upbringing, that sort of thing. But yeah. Alright, I'm going to do my understandable one.
Go on.
So, this one is called emetophobia. What do you think emetophobia is?
Emetophobia?
E-M-E-T-O phobia.
Fuck knows.
So, emetophobia is the fear of vomit, sick, or the feeling of being about to throw up.
Oh, so you know them people that, like, if they hear it or even think of it, they're going to throw up themselves?
Not necessarily they're going to throw up themselves, but it causes an extreme anxiety or an extreme deep hatred for it. Because a phobia isn't necessarily the fear, it can also be the hatred of. Because phobia is translated as negative from Latin, or thereabouts. Just like philia is positive, liking, loving, that sort of thing. So I can understand this completely, because apart from anything else, no one likes the sight of sick, do they? Let's be real. And it's not an incredible thing to hear someone throwing up or to have the feeling of you're about to throw up. It's not comfortable. It's not great. It just doesn't feel right. But I have a friend who has this fear, and they can't drink. They can't do drugs. They can't smoke weed or anything like that.
Oh no.
There's only certain foods they can eat because they're afraid that trying new foods will make them feel sick. They can't drive because they could have the feeling of the motion sickness, and that would set their fear off. And with this person, it's not necessarily they hate it or anything like that, but they have quite bad anxiety because of this. So that's why they struggle a lot with it. But it can be treated with therapy, as most fears can be. Therapy can help a lot of things, and it is quite good therapy a lot of the time. Which I think they are looking to seek help with it, but at the moment they're quite bad with it. They are quite bad with it.
Cotton warbles.
Huh?
Fuck off.
I'll punch you in the dick, you little asshole.
You want me to beat your dick off?
Well, it's like, I don't mind cotton shirts. This is a cotton shirt. Yes. I don't mind this. This is fine. I don't mind cotton pads. You know, like you get the makeup pads, that sort of thing. That's fine. But as soon as you open that pad out and you get that sort of fluff that comes from it, that's what gets me. That is what. Oh, I hate it. I can't. No. All right, your turn. Understandable fear. Come on.
Okay.
Because you can get my mind off it.
So, for understanding, I've got the fear of cotton warble. I'm joking. I'm joking. So, I've got xenophobia.
Xenophobia? Is that fear of aliens?
No.
Because a xenomorph
Although
is
you're
an
not
alien
actually
form.
far off, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, it's used, so in terms of, so let's give an example, like, so say, like when I first went driving in London for that delivery company,
right,
I had xenophobia because I was in a foreign land, and I didn't know where I was going, and there's like different types of people everywhere. It's a fear of strangers or like foreigners. Or anything unknown, really, to be honest.
The fear of the unknown.
Yeah, pretty much. But I find that quite understanding, because you get that quite often. You know, you get into a new place, and it's not so much it overwhelms you like that fear, but it does navigate your actions quite a lot when you've got that kind of anxiousness, like, oh, fuck, I've never been here before, like, where am I going?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But but on the contrary to that, I actually quite like it, because in a new place, like if you go somewhere new, like I remember the first time I was riding my bike when I was in like year 8, and I'd never been to Rostall before, and I came here and went to the skate park on my bike. I didn't know where the fuck I was going, but I was like, it's quite cool.
You were exploring a new area.
The adrenaline, like, was quite cool.
Some people they thrive off of that, because it's like you've got the adventurous side of it.
Yeah.
I quite like that.
Yeah, like when we go for walks.
Yeah.
I would quite happily just walk like wherever the fuck. Yeah. I don't give a fuck where we go.
I mean, it's like a lot of the walks around here I know quite well, but for someone like you who hasn't really done that like I have, it's more of a thrill for you, because you're exploring something that's new that you know you already like because you've done it before. A lot of what I would assume xenophobia comes from is the fact that people haven't gone out and tried to do this thing. So, like you said, when you drove to London for the first time, you'd never done that before on your own, and it's understandable why that was very worrying for you, because it's such a different environment to driving around where we live.
Yeah.
That
not even that day I think I had it, to be honest, because I was like, I didn't know what would happen if I was like late back to the yard. I didn't know, and as well, I will say, the first time, my first shift by myself where they sent me to London, was my first time being on the M25.
Right.
I'd only been on the A21.
Jesus.
And like only little A roads, no like big old motorway with like four lanes. And that was that first day. But I'm the type of person, I do like to take the plunge and just jump in straight at the deep end.
Yeah.
But I still, in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking like, fuck, like what the fuck is going on? But
course.
I do understand that one, But yeah.
No, it is. Yeah, it's definitely understandable, because everyone has to do something new to be able to grow, and some people are able to cope with whatever's new, because normally new brings about change. Some people can cope with change really well, some people can't. It's just, it all depends on who you are and how you were raised and how you're able to cope with change, I'd like to say I'm quite good with it. I'm quite adaptable. My situation, I try and do it as best as it is for me, but if I need to change it because something's come up, then I will, because I'm adaptable. But it's understandable why some people can't.
Yeah, of course.
With that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I've got one more for you.
Go on.
This fear is phobia. I'd say this is another one that's understandable.
Fear of deep ocean.
No. So phobia is the fear of failure or defeat.
Yeah.
That's very understandable.
Yeah. That's understanding. I wouldn't say I have it, but it's I can understand why people are scared of it, obviously.
Yeah.
You don't want to fail in life ever.
Don't get me wrong, it's a bit shit when you fail.
Of course, yeah.
But
you can be scared of it.
Yeah. Being prepared
makes you better, if anything.
Yeah. Failure is what helps people grow.
Yeah.
If you haven't had failure in your life, you've not done your life. You've not lived your life properly.
Yeah. Who the fuck said that? Someone said that. Someone like majorly like legendary said that.
Gandhi.
They said some geezer who was giving like a TED talk or something was like, if I go meet a guy and he's failed countless times and he's only just become successful, I'll have more respect for him than I would someone who has succeeded instantly, because that man knows what it's like to go through shit and fail.
It's like one good quote that I know of is Thomas Edison, when he made the light bulb. It said he didn't fail in inventing the light bulb, he just found 999 ways it didn't work. That's all it was, because he didn't fail, he just trial and error. And a lot of that...
Hold on.
What?
Is that my car?
No, someone pulled up.
Oh.
It's someone in a van.
I was going to fucking say, it sounds like my car.
But, so he wasn't scared of the failure, because it wasn't failure. A lot of the time people do mistake things for failure when they're not actually, because it's not gone how they wanted it to. It's just a matter of finding the way that it does go right.
Yeah, with Thomas Edison though, he was an inventor. He was heavily into like science, and in science there's a lot of trial and error. So if you're in science, if you're in that kind of field, you need to be ready to fail, basically.
But you can apply that to a lot of things in life as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my theory test even, I failed that twice, passed my third time.
Yeah.
And I'm not even gonna actually. To be fair, the one time in my life that, what was that called? The catacombing?
Phobia.
Yeah. I did have that majorly on the day of my driving test.
Yeah.
Like, I could not shake the feeling of already failing out of my system, and I was so scared of failing it, because driving to me is so important.
Oh yeah.
Because I love cars, I love I do love driving. I really love it.
Yeah.
So that day when I had my driving test, I was thinking to myself, if I fail, I'm going to be fucked. I really am. But luckily, obviously, man's a professional already in that.
Yeah. I mean, you work for a delivery company, so you know you had to be a good driver. And you are a good driver. Certainly better than I am as a rider. That's to say the least. But no, I think that about wraps up the Phobias theme for today. So what do you think? What do you think on the first theme? I think it was all right.
Alright, yeah.
It was quite good actually, because you got us talking, that sort of thing, and I want to try and do more stuff like that, and just keep bringing in themes from different things and focusing on one thing, even if it's just for like we did then, just for like half an hour or something. It's just something more focused. But I mean, if you guys have any ideas as well, you guys can put in the comments any ideas of stuff you want us to talk about, whether it's for a whole episode, whether it's for half an hour or something like that. Just leave a comment for us, or if you go to...
We need activity on our YouTube, basically.
If you go to the... I believe if you go to the home page on the chat, or if you go to the channel page, you should be able to find a link to the email, so you can always email us in. I think the email is askuglyducks@gmail.com. That's ASKUGLYDUCKS@gmail.com. So yeah, if you have any ideas, please do get in contact with us, and we'll do our best to cover it.
Definitely.
I mean, we'll come up with ideas ourselves as well. And obviously the last 2 episodes we did, we were very much rambling, especially the last one. Because oh my god,
I could literally feel myself just saying random words. Wait, let me just quickly go on this fucking video and just play back some shit, because this is bullshit. Fucking idiot, mate. I'll literally I talk so much waffle.
We didn't do too great on that video. I'll be honest. The first one did pretty damn well, in all fairness.
That's when we talk about Tanner Fox.
But it's like, the first video we did really well. We got well out there with everyone. Everyone sort of helped us out with spreading the word around. And you guys did really well. We had a couple comments come up.
Mate, we've got 7 subscribers.
Yeah, mate. 7 subscribers.
Who the fuck's...
The first video got us 47 views and 7 likes. But the second one only got us 18 views and 1 like.
Fuck.
So, yeah. Please, I beg you. Share it with everyone.
Yeah.
Send it to anyone you know. Everyone. Because it might not be this episode that you enjoy so much, but there will be episodes for everyone, you know? We will cover as much as we can in any way we can. Because that's what we're trying to do with this. We want to appeal to everyone. In as broad a capacity as we can. Of course, not everyone's going to like it, because that's the nature of things. You don't like everything you come across, but we want it to be that the outreach goes to everyone. You haven't got anything to say, have you?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, obviously, I just farted, so, you know...
Got to like, sub...
Yeah.
Sub, hit the bell and share for Keir's fart.
Absolutely.
If enough of you do it, then we will bag it up and send it to you.
If anyone's got a Mark IV Gold for sale, or they want to give it to me for free, also email us. Be very appreciated.
Again, the email is askuglyducks@gmail.com. Quote Keir in it though. Quote Keir in it. So just to let you know.
Just a poor boy trying to live his passion of driving one again.
Yes, I mean,
don't come at me with these shitty 1.4s and 1.6s, please. 1.8 turbos and 1.9s, or 2.3s and 2.8s only. Unless
you're willing to give it to him for free, and then he can sell it, so he can get a good one himself.
Yeah.
Then please do.
Please.
Or sell it to him for cheap, so he can upsell it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, just don't. For your own personal sake, just don't. But yeah. So, you've really got nothing else, have you?
What do you mean?
Just a little piggyback right there.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's talk about chess.
Chess?
Yeah.
Because you know what? We could if you want.
No.
What's your favourite chess piece, kid? And if you say queen or king, I'm gonna slap you.
No, I like the bishop.
Bishop?
Yeah.
Just those diagonal lines, eh?
Yeah.
I must admit, I'm a rook man myself.
What did you have for dinner?
I actually haven't had dinner yet.
Neither.
Although I could tell you what I had for lunch.
Yeah, go on.
Mackey's.
Did you?
Yeah.
Fucking wanker.
But honestly,
10 minutes
no,
ago. I really need to just stop eating shit, man. What did you
I
have for lunch? Mackey's.
I'll tell you this though, right? Yeah. So me and my mum, we went out to Mackey's because we had to go pick it up because they don't deliver to here because we're outside the 20-minute range. We go over, right? We get all the food we wanted, right? We get all of it, but we had like a few bits we were sharing. So we had like a nugget share box and that sort of thing, but they also gave us 2 extra things.
What?
They gave us a 3-piece select and another chicken nugget share box.
20?
Yeah.
Oi.
The 20 box.
Oi, and select as well.
Yeah.
Oi, that's a result.
Literally, I checked the receipt. I was like, did I accidentally add these at some point? It's like, no, didn't add them at all.
That's calm.
But we got them for free.
That's banging.
I was like,
They just fucked up
Come on.
basically and just forgot.
yeah.
I had,
they're meant to
I
put
had
it on-
4 chicken Kievs.
4 chicken Kievs.
Yeah.
Could get that protein in.
I bought them from One Stop, scrounged them straight away, and a chicken and bacon slice.
I tell you what, it might only be like Tesco quality, but
They're
there's
banging,
something
mate.
about One Stop food
Yeah.
is quality.
Them chicken
Honestly,
Kievs
yeah.
are fucking
Yeah.
cold, son.
Yeah. Or it's like a Tesco meal deal or a One Stop meal deal because they're both the same thing.
Banging.
They're banging, bruv. And especially because they're like £3.50. They used to be £3, but you know, fucking life's a bit peak at the moment. But even for £3.50, you can still rinse the shit out of that meal deal. So it's like the most expensive things you get. There's like a £4 sandwich, you get like a £2 drink, and you get like a £2 side, and it goes down to £3.50.
It's banging.
It's like, mate.
And it's a good, I usually do have to get like 2 of them though.
Yeah. They're not. They're
I'm a
small
hungry
things.
lad.
But look at it that way. So what I just said there, that's £8, right? Yeah, and it goes down to £3.50. So you save £5.50, right? £4.50. Sorry, maths was a bit bad then. So you save £4.50. You could get 2 meal deals, and it still costs less than if you just paid the normal price.
I know, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I know, it's mental.
Well, it's not ridiculous. It's really incredible. And
I remember when
please
meal
keep
deals
doing it.
first came out.
Yeah.
That was mental.
We still don't do them at M&S. If you
What?
go to an M&S garage, a Simply Foods,
Yeah.
then they have them.
Yeah.
But food halls and places like that, they don't have the meal deals.
The fuck?
I
I swear half the sales come from.
If you're a uni student, they have like there's like special discount you can get, and you can get a meal deal through that.
Do they have to like use uni days?
Yeah.
That
it's,
fucking
it's
thing,
through
yeah.
uni days, but you get you get like 20% discount, and you get a meal deal discount as well, which isn't too bad. But you have to be a student for it to work, and a student at uni at that as well. But no, I think M&S need to drive and put a meal deal in, because it will, for one thing, it'll bring in the popularity. Like, we sell our sandwiches best than anyone else anyway, because M&S has been top rated for sandwiches.
They're just better
production.
quality.
Yeah.
Right, it's not even down to snobbery, but M&S is just...
They know how
It
to
just is better food, isn't it?
They know good food.
Do you know what is actually good? M&S sausages and chipolatas.
Yes.
They're so nice, mate.
Yes.
They're actually
Yeah,
so
they
good.
are.
Really nice.
Even the cheap ones.
Yeah, that's
the
what I
cheap
mean.
ones are good.
Yeah, they're
Good.
so good.
Because I think from the way it works, because most food companies get from the same sort of suppliers, because most suppliers do so much bulk that it can cover multiple companies.
Yeah.
I think M&S's lowest tier of like sausages and that sort of thing is like the middle tier of like Tesco and Sainsbury's, and then it's like the same as the top tier of like Aldi and Lidl. Like, that just goes to show how good it is. And I must admit, it is cheaper at M&S as well for that sort of stuff, because it's the low range. It's what gets the peak customers in. But at the same time, you'd still want to try what the higher range stuff is, because it's higher range. It's good quality stuff.
Yeah.
Even though we used to do 3 packs of sausages for £8, but now it's only 2 for £5.
I remember that.
And it's a bit of a bummer, but you know, is what it is. It's the same with the coated chicken. It used to be 3 packs for £8. No, 3 packs for £10, and now it's 3 packs for 12. So it has gone up, but it's still not bad. Apart from the fact that you only get like 4 pieces in each pack, it's still pretty good, and it's good chicken, as you know from episode 1.
Definitely, oh yeah, it's banging, mate.
And everyone else knows. Which, by the way, a lot of people fucking loved when you were just in the microphone. So one of the guys that worked with us over Christmas, I showed him the podcast, and he started laughing at one point, and I'd just shown him the podcast. And I look over at him and I said, "What are you laughing at?" And I was like, "Your mate fucking Keir just into the microphone." He had to like, it was like doubled over, clutching his stomach, laughing. I was like, "Mate, I'm so glad," because he's the one kind of person that I wanted to like really get on with the podcast, and he loves it, every bit of it.
That chicken was good though. That was a genuine reaction. That's the thing.
Yeah, it is good chicken, and good chicken. I might try and do it where I have a few other little bits and pieces for different episodes, so we have like bits to eat. I mean, obviously today we've got malwams, but I'll try and do other things, so we'll have like
mate,
crisps or shit like
have you seen Paul Breach? Have you even like heard of him?
Paul Breach, is that Snapshot Eye?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my
God,
yes. This fucking guy.
Mate, he's got a new TikTok account. It's called Snapshot Eye. Hey.
Oh no.
Because his old one got banned. I don't know why it got banned, but it got banned. And
I think I could guess.
Well, no, like in his absence, a young girl called Grace, who's 19 years old, came forward and spoke about him. There was a video circulating before he got banned about him. Like, someone went past his alleyway and was filming because they knew it was Paul there.
Yeah.
And he was taking pictures of this like young girl.
Yeah.
And it turned out she was 19. That's fucking dodgy in itself. And then in his absence, this young girl came out and said, yeah, like he took me to a hotel room, like he tried to kiss me, he was being like really weird on a live with me and stuff like that. And yeah, like he always makes a comeback, like he'll always go away and then he'll come back for a little bit and like do loads of other shit. But he makes bank, mate, because the amount of views he gets on his TikToks, he gets at least 100k every single like TikTok.
The thing is, it's like I always say, there's no such thing as bad publicity. People like Jake Paul thrive off of it. People like Snapchat.
I mean, there is,
thrive off
because he is a nonce.
No, but because of that, he gets the views. Yeah. That's why. So,
the thing is about him, it's not because he's a nonce, because he's not. Well, not that we know of yet, like some like, proper facts.
Allegedly.
The thing about him is because he got a 17-year-old pregnant when he was 28. And he talks to very young girls. Don't know if he's done anything with them yet, but that's where the stigma comes from, that he's a pedo. Yeah. And that's why people hate him. But
the thing is, he doesn't do himself any favours either, because anyone that hates on him, he just blocks them. So it's like, I watch like reaction YouTube.
He deflects it too much.
Yeah. I watch a lot of like reaction YouTubers like George Memeless or...
Yes, mate. Did you see his video that he did yesterday?
Yeah. So it's like people like that, because they do this like public thing where they what's the word I'm trying to think of here?
Expose.
Where they expose, yeah. And all he does is just block them. And it doesn't help his case, because that's just sort of like running away and hiding. Yeah.
Because when someone asks him a question, he just deflects it.
Yeah. He just like runs from it and hides from the question. It's like, well, you're not doing yourself any favours there, Paul. Just be honest about it, and then
it wouldn't be so bad like if he actually made funny content.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that he thinks he's like 20 when he's like 40. He's like 44, 43 or 44.
Yeah.
And he's on there like acting like a 20-year-old. Just go away, mate. He's got a kid.
It's like the fucking dancing he does. I just want to like...
But he thinks it's good. That's the thing. No matter how many times people tell him like, you're shit.
But that's because people keep going back and watching it.
Yeah, I know.
They're falling into the trap that it is. See, we could be entirely wrong about him, and he does this purely because it gets him the views. Like, he could be an absolute mastermind at this, and have everyone under his fingers, because the fact that he knows that it gets him the views, and he knows people hate it, so he plays on that hate because their hatred gives him the views because they watch the videos.
I don't think so, because he does this thing in public where he'll like hold his phone up as if he's on the phone.
Yeah.
Just so, and he'll walk around doing that all day just so people recognise him and film him.
Yeah.
And he's spotted like everywhere, and like when
because there's the fucking Paul Breach tracker, isn't there? There's an actual website with like verified sightings of Paul Breach across the UK
and unconfirmed sightings as well.
Yeah.
But like, and there's a video of like two people that see him outside Co-op, and they see him and they pretend to take a selfie, but it's a video, and he looks at me and he's smiling. He goes, "That's a video." And then like they're just recording, and then he's like, "Say I'm a nonce," and stuff like that. And then like he clocks that they're actually like dickheads. And then he's like, "Should I film you too?" Like it's definitely like so real. It's definitely not him just being a trickster and mocking the whole game. Like he is a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But he makes peas though, so he's travelled the whole of the UK with all the money he's made from being a nonce. So.
There you go.
Does it make you want to become a nonce? That's the question.
No. I will be completely and utterly honest with you here, kid. No, it doesn't.
I don't know. I mean, he's got bank. He's got peas.
I don't care.
He could go clubbing and just be like, "Here you go, babe."
I would rather live
like,
in a bin bag on the streets.
He does, really.
Yeah.
He lives with his dad.
No, he doesn't. He lives in hotel rooms.
That's true.
Because
his dad kicked him out.
His dad kicked him out, and he can't get the girls to come back with him. So, you know. But no, he's just a fucking idiot. Let's all be real. He's an idiot, and, well, everyone knows it apart from him. So.
No, he knows it as well, but like I say, he just does it. He does it for money, mate.
Yeah.
Right, look, let me go on there right now.
However you earn money on TikTok, a lot of it's from the lives, but there's like no money in it whatsoever. It's so hard to earn money on TikTok. Like it's the least engaging for revenue out of all the social media platforms out there.
It is shit. Like it is shit, but that's why a lot of them just turn to YouTube in the end.
Yeah, YouTube, or you get a lot of like Instagram models, that sort of thing. Quite often they earn quite a bit of money because the exposure's there permanently. Whereas with TikTok, it's like it's so easy just to swipe by and never think about it again. It's like, well, it's just not working for me anymore, so I'll just do another video and then another video and another video. But because TikTok has shortened so many people's attention span, if you're not engaged within like the first 3 seconds of a TikTok, that's it. You're not interested. You swipe away, and you might think that you watch every single TikTok that comes up on your thing. You don't.
No, you don't.
Everyone swipes away at TikToks because
I do because I don't now because I deleted it, but I did because my For You page was stuff that I found funny.
Yeah.
Like it was just Paul like taking the piss out of Paul or like car stuff and that.
Yeah.
So mine was alright, to be honest.
It's like a lot of mine is, so I'm obviously very much into my gaming, so I have a lot of gaming stuff. I have a lot of motorbike stuff and a lot of car stuff of mine. Because they're 3 things that are so common on TikTok and so interesting to me that I'm happy to have them on my For You. Of course, I have a few like memes and stuff like that as well, because who doesn't love a good meme? But it's so hard to filter your For You to be like that. You have to spend like almost hours like searching and then liking specific types of content for it to then focus that onto your For You.
It pushes stuff as well, like the ads.
Yeah.
The ads that come up do my fucking head in. Although I have actually bought a few things off them TikTok ads, to be fair. I bought like a couple rings. You've bought that thing that was on there.
The big tray of rings there, the 100 rings.
But I bought this lighter as well.
I must say though, the rings are good quality. Like I wear these rings every day, and I haven't greened around the fingers or anything like that. They are good rings.
I bought a lighter off of TikTok, and it was like, so it's like a case for your cigarettes.
Right.
This was back when I was like 16 as well. It's like a case,
Yeah.
When you open it up, like there's a line on the front, and it illuminates like blue or whatever colour you bought, and then on top it's got a little slider, and there's like a metal coil attached to a battery on it, and it's a lighter.
Yeah.
And I thought that was sick. It was only a tenner.
It
was actually quite cool.
I bought one of those dragon lighters off TikTok. One where you've got the jet, and then when you let go of the button, you have like a little dragon bit that you flick up, and it sort of holds it at an angle. You click it down, a jet lighter comes out. You then let it go, and then that jet lighter lights the dragon's mouth, and it has a little flame coming out like that as well. Yeah. That was quite cool, but god fucking useless. Where would I ever need to use that for? I don't smoke. I don't even vape now. That's gone. I don't think about it anymore, so that's completely gone. So that's one thing down on the list. But I don't even know where it's gone. I've actually lost it. To be honest, I'm not really bothered. It's probably in the top drawer over there somewhere, but I don't know.
We've all got that like kind of storage space where you just put shit. I personally, like back in the day when I first started working, I used to buy so many shoes, and I've got about 10 shoe boxes at home, and they've all got random shit in them. I've got like different chains in there. I've got watches. Fucking, I used to have a thing where like every piece of clothing that I'd buy, I'd like save the label because it just shows like what I bought. But then that is what the clothing does. But I've got loads of them, loads of like empty like aftershave bottles and shit. And like cables and phone. I've got a whole fucking shoebox full of phones, mate. And it's like, why the fuck do I have them? Like what? They're all fucked as well. They're all fucking broken.
Just need to go through it, mate. Get rid of it.
You know what I used to be like with throwing phones though, and fucking smashing shit up.
So what you need to have your phone with you. One of those phones with you. So if you do feel like you need to launch something, you've got a phone there to launch.
It's not satisfying though. I think I got the satisfaction out of like a working phone, and then me like losing my temper, throwing it and smashing the fucking cunt up.
No, that's understandable. I mean, I keep a lot of labels. I must admit, I've kept a lot of labels from like merch that I've bought from like YouTubers. So it's like I've got a lot of Sidemen stuff. So I've kept a lot of labels from them. I've bought a few things from the TGF merch, Childish, and I've kept the labels from them and that sort of thing. I mean, have a look here. Have a look at that. That's from their latest drop. It was a comic book they released, and it's actually really good. But
what's happened to them? Like, what are they doing now?
So Ramel posts quite a lot on his channel. But he does like his daily life. So a lot of it's the clothing he has, the stuff he sort of films videos on like the fits he wears.
Did they write this then?
Sort of thing. Yeah, they collaborated together, and it's actually really good. I've read sort of halfway through it, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's about an alien called Nathan, and it's so good, honestly.
Denry.
Yeah. But no, it's...
So what are the characters then? Are they them?
I think they sort of loosely base them around
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah. That's quite cool, to be fair, though. But, that's what I like about TGF. They do like that comic books.
They
like,
care.
That's mental.
They put care into it. They've got their own energy powder as well.
Have they?
Like how with the gamer subs that I drink, they it's like that. You put a couple scoops of powder in a bottle and you shake it up and it works.
That's like with Prime. You know what, that fucks me off. Yeah, like there's so many I can't say that word. There's so many corner shops near like where I work.
I know.
And near where the gym is.
Nearly.
Yeah, near where the gym is.
Yeah.
That sell Prime, and it's like £10 a bottle.
£10 a bottle, yeah.
But the thing is, like, it would be so helpful if it was cheap and easy to get, because Prime is actually it would be quite helpful for the gym.
Yeah.
You know, it's a bit like Lucozade Sport.
Yeah, it's like an electrolyte.
Yeah, exactly. But because of that, it's just a pain in the fucking arse. I'd like to try it and see how I get on with it in like a session and see what it does.
Yeah.
But I can't, because it's like £10 in like the shops near me, and in Asda it's like £2.
Yeah.
But all the fucking little dweebs go and fucking buy the whole batch of them. Like there'll be like a group of six little chavvies, and the fucking you're only allowed to buy, I think it's like 2 or 3 bottles each, and they'll all go in there and buy 3 bottles each, mate. I
think they max it. You can only buy 2 of each flavour bottle.
Fucking, like, what is the point, mate?
Sake of saying, I've got Prime.
Yeah, but that's fucking
People
shit.
collect the bottles as well.
But he's dumb. He literally comes out all the time.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
I'll tell you what was really good that I saw. I can't remember his name, but there was an American YouTuber who he basically created the world's largest Prime Bowl.
Oh, and then went to the show.
And he went to the show and he got the lifetime sponsorship because he also made the world's smallest Prime bottles like that. And he bought a bus and he went around giving out Prime for free to those that have never tried it. And they had these little bottles. And KSI and Logan Paul have basically said this guy has got free Prime for life because he's done this.
Wait, are you talking about that guy that made that wearable suit?
Because I don't know if that's the same guy.
No,
I don't know.
I don't think it. I know it is. It is. Yeah, because that he made the suit, but then Nico Milano used it, didn't he, to sneak into the KSI fight? That was the whole prank.
Might have been.
But it was the same guy that did the world's smallest and the world's biggest bottle.
Yeah. But he literally had like hundreds, almost thousands of these bottles. They were only like a quarter of the size of a normal bottle of Prime.
Yeah.
But it was purely for the sake that he could have all of these on this bus that he bought, that he decorated in the style of Prime and all of that, so that he could drive around and let other people have the opportunity to try all these different Prime, because it's so hard to get hold of. Even in America, it's very hard to get hold of, and that's where they make the stuff.
Yeah, but that's because it's only in Walmart.
Yeah.
Like Asda, because obviously they're the same business.
Yeah, well, not anymore, actually.
Really?
No, I think it was like 5 years ago, Asda became independent from Walmart again. Because Asda was originally independent, then Walmart bought them, and then they went independent again. Because Asda was starting to sink for a while, so had the investment from Walmart, bought themselves back, and then they're now independent again. So they do quite well for themselves, to be fair. But what was I going to say? They also have like the cans of energy drink as well, don't they?
Oh yeah, they do.
They've got like the fizzy cans, which is a new thing they do. Which they introduced that the same time that they introduced them selling them in Aldi as well. So you can now get Prime in Aldi.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's about the same price as in Asda, but it's now also available there. So if you need another place to get it, if Asda doesn't have it, Aldi might have it. If neither of them have it, then well, you know,
you're fucked, mate.
General public's just
go on
fucking
Facebook
stupid.
Marketplace. You have to
Facebook
there.
Marketplace.
Seriously, they sell it on there, mate.
Yeah, I've seen a crate of 12 for 200 quid.
Yeah, fuck off.
200 quid.
That's a lot of money for a drink, man.
Mate, it's like 96 quid. No, £9.60. It's like £9.60 per bottle.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And the shops sell it for a tenner. There's a shop near Simmons in Tunbridge Wells that sell it for like 13 quid a bottle.
Yeah.
Which is fucking ridiculous.
I know which shop you mean as well. Yeah. It's all because the problem is that when they get the stock for themselves, they have to buy it from outside sources because they're not supplied directly from Prime. So they have to buy it from an outside source to then source it on their shelf.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Where the fuck are they getting that from then?
They'll just buy it online.
Yeah, but where from?
eBay, anywhere like that. They might even go to the supermarkets themselves and buy the trays.
You're not allowed to
then resell. If it's in the packaging, you can resell.
No, but you're not. No, what I mean is you're not allowed to buy them in bulk.
They might have like some contract or deal or something, because you don't necessarily have to go directly to Asda, like into the store. You might have a deal going with higher ups in Asda or something like that. So any batch they get, a certain portion is bought off and goes to small retailers like corner shops and off licenses and that sort of thing, while the rest of it goes onto their store shelves. It all depends on how people want to do it and how people look at doing it, but yeah, all in all, it's been blown way out of proportion, really.
Yeah, I believe it has, mate.
Because as much as I reckon Prime is good, I've not tried it. As much as I reckon Prime is good, I don't reckon it's...
Yeah, but it does go to show how much like influencers like KSI and Logan Paul, how much power they really have. Because there's been, you know, like collaborations with Monster and like Anthony Joshua and oh, who was the other one? I think it was like Relentless or Monster that did a fucking
H did with Relentless.
Yeah. Them. and like those are quite influential people, especially in the UK. But like none of those have come close to like if we walked into a shop like back in like 2018, 19, you'd be able to grab a can of Relentless with H on the side of it.
Yeah.
You know, but this Prime drink that's come out it just goes to show like how much power they've got.
I think the thing with it is Prime is it's a self-made company from those two. They made it purely because it's meant to be a sport drink, and they're both sportsmen, whatever it is, however they fucking say it. And they made the company themselves for the fact that they will use the drink when they're training and that sort of thing. Especially Logan with his WWE now.
Yeah, he's smashing that, to be fair.
He's doing bits. But the fact that they made the company themselves, it wasn't originally created like Monster was, like Relentless was. They've had to start it themselves, and because they were already of such high stature, Logan mostly in America, KSI mostly in the UK, because they were of already such high standing as creators, as influencers, they had the following to get something like that started. And because it did so well initially, and because it's good stuff, it flew, and it keeps flying. And it's just I don't think Prime could end at all. Like, they do so well with it. It's obviously it's good because people rave about it. I don't think there's any way they could go wrong with it. Even if they released like a whole string of bad flavours, people would still buy it for the sake of saying, "Oh, I bought Prime. I've got a bottle of Prime."
Apparently it is meant to taste quite good though. But Logan Paul's doing bits, KSI's doing bits. Jake Paul can fuck off. I think Jake Paul is a fucking like just mouthy fucking dickhead, mate.
That's you playing into his hand though.
Yeah, I know, but it's not good.
No, it's not.
I just when I see him, like, I don't just think, oh yeah, like he's playing the game so well, like, everyone hates him, like that's amazing. Even I hate him. I just he actually annoys me. Like he's just annoying. Like fuck off, because now he's just too mouthy for his own good. And to be fair, I really hope Tommy Fury does knock him the fuck out as well.
Yeah.
Because he needs a wake up call.
Yeah.
He needs what McGregor had, where he got knocked the fuck out. Oh no, he didn't get knocked out, did he, McGregor? What did he happen? Did he break his leg or something?
I couldn't tell you.
In the fight, I think, or something. But yeah, basically, we lost either way.
Yeah.
And after all the shit talking, and I think he needs a McGregor. He needs a wake up call.
Yeah.
He needs someone to tell him, nah, sit back down, mate.
Because he's spent so long picking fights with people that he knows he'll win, that he needs someone that will put him in his place.
Mate, Tommy Fury's a fucking good fighter. He is a good fighter.
So is Jake though. He's gotten really good.
He's gotten good, but have you ever seen Tommy Fury fight? He's mental.
Yeah.
He obviously comes from boxing.
He comes from that, yeah.
You know, like Tyson.
You think about his father, how mental his father was.
John Fury is fucking mental.
Yeah.
But like Tyson Fury, like Tyson Fury's a good fighter, but a lot of people hype him up and way too much.
Prime Tyson Fury is an incredible fighter.
Oh yeah.
When he's had his time where he's not prime, then obviously it's the other end of the spectrum because he's not invested into it. But he's very much like KSI in the mindset of if he wants to win something, he will do everything in his power to.
Yeah.
And I mean, Tyson, you look at some of the like he'll just do a standing punch without any like leaning into it or anything like that, and the power he's got behind one of them.
He's a big lad.
Even as an old man, he's still an incredibly strong man. Like, I wouldn't want to come up against him. No. I don't think many people would. But
like Tommy Fury, like if you ever, even if you go on YouTube and just type in like just watch a compilation of his. Yeah. He's fast. You know, he's on his feet. Yeah. And he's fast, but he's not like
he's fast, but he's controlled.
His power slows him down. He's fast and powerful. Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
He's got those three key elements. He's fast, he's powerful, but he's controlled as well. He knows what he's doing in a ring, and he doesn't
I just really hope he knocks him out. I really do.
Because I reckon Tommy's going to be so composed throughout the whole thing, and Jake is gonna struggle with it to the point where he's then going to resort to just going absolutely mental, and he's going to lose it, because Tommy will just constantly be on that calm state of mind that it'll get in Jake's head. And Jake will just suddenly lose it, and he'll lose all the control that he'd built himself, and he won't be able to control himself like Tommy will be able to for a whole fight, and that will cost him the whole thing.
If Tommy loses, it's going to be a sad day in England, mate.
Oh yeah, that's 100% given, mate. Like, I don't know anyone in the UK that's backing Jake. Like,
it's just yeah.
He's I don't want to play into.
He's that
his
annoying
hand.
little cunt in school that won't fuck off.
He's that annoying kid where whether he's with his mates or whether he's alone, he's still a little shit. He's still a prick, and there's nothing you can do to change that. Like, nothing at all. It's like, I listened to ages ago. There was an episode on I'm Alex's podcast. He does the Internet Sensation show. He was talking about his first ever interaction he had with Jake Paul. All he did was ask where the hot dog stand was, because this was at the Challenger Games.
I watched that. Yeah.
It was at the Challenger Games, and Jake Paul was eating a hot dog, and all he did was ask where they were. Jake Paul just was holding it, looked him up and down, and just walked away.
I know. I remember listening to that.
He wasn't on camera. Even Logan was stood there while they were talking. It was like, and he just did that because he's just genuinely an arsehole.
Yeah,
he's just a genuine dickhead.
But he never used to be like that though. He used to be like a little Disney kid.
Well, he was a Disney kid. Both him and Logan were Disney kids.
Yeah.
And they originated from Vine. That's where they started.
I found
their fame,
Logan
truly.
funny. I always found Logan funny. Logan in like the earlier days was a bit cringe.
In the days where he was like, in the days where Logan was dating, what's her name? Playboy girl. Oh God, this is in the days of Vine. She works with like Cardi B and people and like Lana Rhodes and all that lot on some Playboy version of OnlyFans. Oh, I can't think of Amanda Cerny.
Yeah.
Because those two were together for quite a while. This is in the days when like Americans were like vlogging a hell of a lot, like the big vlogging days. In the days where he was with them, that was like prime for Vine, that sort of thing. And Logan was always better than Jake was, because Jake was very childish with his vines, which a lot of the time you needed a childish sense of humour, but that didn't mean that the content had to be childish, because appealing to an older audience is what you're going to get for most of the time, because Vine was for older people.
Yeah.
Not to the state of like, it's like a porn site where you had to be 18 or over.
No, but the humour.
It was like the older teens to the younger adults sort of age. That's the kind of the area you wanted to appeal to, because that's where the vast populace of the world is.
Well, even that's
bracketed.
That's who really and truly is going to be on their phone quite a lot.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, no, earlier Logan is a bit cringe, but Jake, I think Jake's always been shit.
I'd probably say pre-Suicide Forest Logan was a very rough time.
Yeah.
Once he'd gotten over that stage and became the better man that he is, he changed a lot, and for the better as well. Like, he's an incredible person. Like, you look at some of the stuff, like some of the clips from his podcast of him talking about stuff he's done and things like that. He's incredibly wholesome, that guy. Like, for us as a Brit, he's the kind of guy you want to go to the pub with for a pint and just have a chat, because he's just a genuinely nice guy, like a genuinely good person as a whole. He actually cares. He changed quite a bit, apart from this whole thing where he's had this like scam.
Oh yeah, what's that
going on? I can't remember if it's something to do with crypto or something to do with his Pokemon cards, because I know there was something going on with this Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah, they were fake.
So yeah, he thought they were real, and he had them like approved or something like that. And then someone who was like a higher class approval person said to him they were actually fakes.
Yeah.
So he like spent like $500,000 on one card, and
Jesus Christ.
it turned out to be fake.
That is shit.
But I don't know if that's exactly it, but I know there was something like that. But then he's also had another scam thing, which I don't know the details, so I can't go into it. But he's been in a bit of shit for that at the moment, so he's had to sort of rebuttal from that in a sense, and come back from that to show that he is better than what that scam is. Which, yeah, that's fair enough. You've got to, because you're a WWE star, you're a boxer, you're a high-end YouTuber, you're a business owner, multi-business owner, you're a millionaire. Like, you've got to be careful at that point.
Yeah.
Because especially nowadays with this whole cancel culture, it's so easy for someone to get cancelled now, because so many people just dig in your background and do research, that sort of thing. Which, don't get me wrong, he has been cancelled because of the Suicide Forest, that sort of thing. But because he has been cancelled already, it could be far more detrimental if he gets cancelled again because of what had already happened with that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we've had a fucking good one today.
Yeah.
I've actually really enjoyed today's pod. It's been a cracker.
It's been a blast.
A blast from my arse.
Not
Hey.
Great minds
almost think alike. Because yours was up your arse, mine was from my arse.
Oh, well.
But no, I think it's been a good one today. Wouldn't you say?
Cotton balls.
Krangles. I have a plug in my hand. You need to be careful, mate. Because I will stendo these prongs and throw it at your Jap side. So just be careful.
Okay. Cotton balls. Oh, mate, that's gonna be funny.
No, it's not. I'll give you something to fear about. I can promise you that.
Really?
No. Because that's making threats, and that's a violation, so no, there's no threats. Just avoid cotton balls, eh? Or opening out cotton... opening out cotton pads.
Talking about it now.
Right, I'm going to swiftly move on.
Okay.
Because we've been going for an hour and 45 minutes now, mate.
Jesus.
We've had a proper good waffle today.
Yeah.
But it's been solid waffle, not last episode.
Fucking rambling.
Fucking shit.
Yeah.
Oh god, that was shit last episode. But no, I'd say it's a pretty good time for us to call it there. Would you think?
I reckon so.
We've had a good one, and yeah.
See you all next week.
Yeah. Make sure you leave us a like and a little subscribe, and hit the bell so that you know when we upload. I mean, we upload every Monday at 5 p.m. That's Greenwich Mean Time, GMT.
With what?
Greenwich Mean Time.
Oh, Greenwich. Oh.
Yeah. So yeah.
I thought you said Scranage.
Scranage. Make sure you get some Scranage to listen to this, because it's a long one.
I'm definitely gonna go and get something to eat.
Yeah, mate. I'm a bit parched to a bit of beveraginos and some Scran. But yeah, make sure you share it around as well, so that all your friends and all your family hear us. Get our name out there. Krungles, you got anything else to say?
Your mum is really wonderful.
Yes. Unless your mum isn't around, then your dad is just as wonderful too.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thank you guys for listening once again and putting up with us. Again, hopefully Josh will be with us soon. Don't want to put your hopes up, but yeah, hopefully he'll join us. He'll be joining us soon, and no, it'll be good. We can sort of, because we've had like 3 episodes in now, we've sort of fallen into the groove. We can really just interrogate him.
No, I don't want to do that.
Nah. He's the boy, but you know, he will probably be the focus of it, because there's been so much about us so far. We want to just, you know, get his story out there for you guys as much as he wants.
What do you think about getting Rob on it?
Oh, definitely, mate. Definitely.
Shout out Rob. Shout out Middits and Co. Shout out Erica. Shout out Shannon. Shout out Maggie.
I reckon if we just do this first season, us two, and then Josh when he comes along, sort of give us the standing with it, we sort of get the flow ourselves, season 2, we start looking at bringing friends on. Maybe if we get it, some collaborations, that sort of thing. I think that would work well for us. Do you think?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I think we'll do that because it works well for what we got now. We just want to keep this flowing for what we've got, and then yeah, it'll work. But no, thank you guys for listening. This is Cameron signing off.
See you later.
Bye.